morning, Carolina. My name is Rick Wrigley. I'm an alumni DJ, and we're going to start off the show a little bit different. We're going to start off with an interview with the man of the hour, Jay Jacobs, the director of the USC bands, and he's going to talk to us about the trip to New York City.
Good morning, Rick. It's great to be here. I don't know about the man of the hour, but I'll go with it for today on a cold, rainy Monday morning. Yeah, it's great to be here, reflecting back on our historic moment and our historic fall semester.
Yeah, it took a lot to get you there. As a matter of fact, we want to thank three people in particular who donated each $25,000 to the cause to get you there, and that was Darius Rucker.
Yeah, Darius, Coach Beamer, and Coach Staley, man. Shout out to those folks this morning and every morning for their contribution, pushing us right up to our goal to cover our expenses, and over 1,500 people that joined them in donating to the band to get us there. It obviously wouldn't have been able to happen without any of those folks.
Well, as an alumni of the band myself, I say kudos. This is something that I, when I was in the band in 63 and 64 and 65 and 66, I was like, yeah, it'd be so cool to march in the Macy's parade, but you made it happen.
Oh, folks like you, the alumni, I think about this looking back on it. It's about impact over time, I mean, 103 years of history of the Carolina band and all the alumni that came before us, you all made this happen. And the impact of the moment of the current students being there and performing was amazing. And then the impact it's going to have on the Carolina band for years to come in the future. I like to think of it as the beginning of so many more incredibly fantastic and historic events that we're going to have.
Now, maybe I shouldn't ask you this question, but I am anyhow.
Go for it.
Do you have your eyes on Pasadena on New Year's Day?
You know what? I think our eye is on the college football playoff and our football team here in the future. Yeah. So wherever that takes us, it happens to be the Rose Bowl, then get suited up for that Rose Bowl parade too, ready to go.
Oh man,
we're actually going to follow up our trip to Macy's with a trip across the pond to London, which isn't widely known yet, but the students know. In the summer of 26, we're going to do London Band Week in June, and the students are funding that trip on their own, but that opportunity is there for them. We're excited to go over. The Marching Mizzou from Missouri will be there at the same time, so that's our next big performance outside of our regular fall season.
Is this like an SEC event, or is it?
Not intentionally. It's funny. We started talking to the organizers over there and about what they have to offer, and I could go on forever about what an incredible musical and performing experience that'll be for us, but just so happened to be the same time as Mizzou was looking at going to.
What time of year? Or what time of summer?
Yeah, it'll be last week of June is when they have it every year.
So we can't have an early game with Mizzou that over in London.
Can't take the teams with us, I don't think, but they're welcome to join us if they want to. But it's just Macy's was such an honor and such an experience for the week. The weather was much like it is this morning here in Columbia, about 40 degrees and a little heavier rain. And just during the parade, it was funny. We had our morning rehearsal at 3:30 in the morning. It was not raining, thank goodness, so we got through that dry. And then standing and waiting for the parade to start was kind of miserable, I'll be honest, but once we got on the street and started going down the street in New York, it was still cold and wet, but it was not miserable. Everybody forgot about it, and the students did an amazing job.
But you did have a good day for your stuff on Wednesday that you did up there.
Oh, we had a great week the entire week. About 5 hours of the parade was the weather. But our event, we performed down on Pierce 17 at Southport with the University of Massachusetts Marching Band, which was fantastic. And just the hundreds and hundreds of Gamecock fans and Carolina band fans that were in New York City that week that were at the pier and at the parade was just overwhelming. I was looking around and seeing those folks and standing out there cheering us on in the middle of the weather on that day on Thursday. Really inspirational.
And then you teamed up with a buddy of mine, Craig Melvin, for the Today Show.
Yeah, which was great. I wish we could have taken the entire band to that. We took about 120 students is what they could accommodate in the various aspects of that performance. But visit with Craig and all the folks on the Today Show.
And one extra snare drum set, right?
We did. Took an extra snare and an extra uniform for Craig. I know he's incredibly proud of South Carolina, and it was great to be there with him. And I tell you, we got a little bit more, dare I say, airtime than a lot of bands on those Thanksgiving week mornings that they usually have, thanks to Craig. And so it was great to showcase us on that stage as well.
So it's good to have friends in high places, right?
Oh, it sure is. And all the folks here at the university in Central Communications and Student Affairs and everything they did for us and the media coverage that they sent up there with us was just second to none. And to be able us to share the whole week and the experience with Gamecock Nation and just bring everybody everybody along with us and really see what was happening.
And it was a whole week because you left the day after the football game before Thanksgiving.
We did. We had that 4 o'clock game on Saturday, and then the buses rolled at 6 a.m. on Sunday, got there late Sunday night, and Friday morning got back on the bus the day after the parade and headed to Greenville, stayed overnight in Greenville, and hit Clemson game on Saturday. And that was kind of a nice way to wrap up that trip, too. A little big W up there.
How many changes of uniforms did each band member have? Because you you had to go through some out there, especially with the rain.
Oh, we did. I tell you what, they had plenty of different sets of undergarments for under the uniform, and then I think we wore out the hair dryers in the hotel on Thursday afternoon and Thursday night to get everything dry in order to wear it again on Saturday. It was about 30 degrees Saturday morning, so we want to make sure those were dry when we stepped outside at Clemson. It was cold, but it wasn't raining, so we like that.
Yeah. So what's it like being on a band bus these days? I was on a band bus back in the day, but what's it like being on a band bus today?
The students will tell you they were on a little longer than they planned on the way up and the way back. But no, it's with technology and iPhones and DirecTV on the buses, there's a lot more things to keep you busy other than just doing homework, and reading your books. But they do that too. So the students they were absolutely fantastic. I mean, I cannot be more proud of this group and every year with the Carolina band. But they came through with flying colors. They were on time for everything. They were excited, they were professional, they were personable, and they just brought everything you see on campus here at USC to New York City with them.
Yeah, I remember my first taste of duck came on a USC band trip to Winston-Salem, and we were being put up in different people's houses, and the people that we were being put up in, they served me duck that night, and I was kind of like, what is this stuff? I'm a chicken kind of guy.
Can you imagine? We used to do that too. I was at West Virginia for my undergrad, and when we traveled, if it was an overnight, a lot of times we would stay with host families, maybe the band we were visiting and stuff like that. So you get to meet a lot of different people that way. So there's changed a little bit.
So if you're a parent out there listening to us right now, and you have a child that's about to attend the University of South Carolina, how do you get them involved in band?
Oh, absolutely. It's like anything else. They can just do their research online. I mean, visit our band website. Everything's there. From the description of the auditions, depending on what section they're in. Sometimes the auditions are different from drumline to the winds to the color guard to the coquettes and twirlers. So just to hop on there and see, kind of get their feet wet with the information and how our audition process works. And then visit campus, of course, come see us in the School of Music, and reach out to the band office or any of the directors via email or phone call. We're there, and that's what we do. This is our recruiting season, and getting information out to everybody to make sure they're aware of our deadlines so they don't miss anything and they're not disappointed like, I missed the audition and what can I do? But yeah, our audition process start up here in the next month. We accept audition videos for brass and woodwinds starting on March 1st, and then the drumline and guard and dance auditions are in April.
You do auditions by videos?
We do for the brass and woodwind players.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do this by video. The others are in person. So
I remember James Pritchard, who was the band director back in the day, auditioning for him to sit in a trumpet playing. And sitting down and handing me a sheet of music I'd never seen before. Never seen. And I am terrible at sight reading music.
Sight reading's always a favorite from everybody, right?
Oh yeah,
it brings us back to earth. Now it's we'll have roughly a couple hundred freshman brass and woodwind auditions, and then of course there's the other sections on top of that. So it's a big number, and so to make it a little more convenient for those brass and woodwind players, they can do it by audition. Yeah.
So the spring semester, which we're just starting up right now, is about the concert band, right?
It is.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, we've got 4 concert bands that happen over at the School of Music: wind ensemble, symphonic winds, and 2 what we call university bands. The university bands, you don't have to audition to be in those. So you just sign up at the beginning of each spring semester, and in the fall semester too, we have one, and just kind of show up for the first day, and each group puts on a couple different concerts during the semester. So
I can sit there and fake and just finger my trumpet, huh?
Well, we may find that out eventually. So if that's happening, but yeah, between those plus the symphony orchestra and the jazz ensembles and combos, and percussion ensembles, there's so much going on at the School of Music, and you don't have to be a music major to be in most of these ensembles. So if there's students out there, come join us.
Excellent. Thank you for coming by this morning. I am so proud of the band as an alumni and a band alumni both. So congratulations, and let's go Pasadena.
Absolutely, let's get on the road, and at the end of next fall, we're ready.
Jay, thank you very much for coming by.